Monica from Geeks.Gogo.com. I'm here with some of the creators of Secret Hitler. This game launched their Kickstarter last year, 2015, and had a really successful campaign. I am here today at GenCon 2016 to pick up a copy of my game, and I'm so delighted to be able to speak with some of the creators. So we have Mackenzie, Schubert, Mike Boxleiter, and Tommy Maranges. Right. So guys, can you tell us a little bit about interesting stories behind making the game?
You know, it started out as kind of a, Mike and I had a running joke where we would like rederive Avalon because we love Avalon. So we'd start saying like, you know, we should make a game where there are two teams, but what if they had different information or they were different? And oh, wouldn't it be interesting if one player knew more? And then we'd slowly just, the joke would just be like, oh fuck, we invented Avalon again. And that's how the whole process started, just trying to kick around improvements on Avalon, and it did not go well until Mike came in one day, and he just like Kool-Aid Man, just like kicked in the door and he's like, what if we made it about World War II? And that was what really like jump-started the process.
Yeah, it came from a binge watch of Band of Brothers, which like every time I start watching Band of Brothers, I then cease to eat or think about waste or showering, and I just watch the entire series in one sitting. And I came away from that already thinking like, I want to make a game like Avalon that takes some of those ideas and rearranges it. And I realized that Hitler's rise was so political, and Avalon is very political. It's just about talking to people and trying to convince people of your point of view. And I thought that they could go together, and just like paced around my apartment for 2 hours and had like 70% of the game figured out, and I was like, this is amazing. And I brought it to Tommy the next day, and we just started collaborating, put our brains together, and within a week we had people asking us, when's the next playtest? We want to play, because we work at the Cards Against Humanity office, and so we have people who love games all the time around us, so that was like instrumental. Every single day that week we had a playtest, and at first we started buying pizza, because we were like, we need to bring them in with pizza, we promised there's pizza, hey guys, come play our shitty game. And then by the third day, we just forgot about the pizza, and no one was asking about pizza, and they just wanted to play the game until like 10 at night.
That's when we knew we'd made it, when we didn't have to buy pizza to get people to play the game. That's the big step. That's
How about you? Did you have any interesting stories behind doing the? You did illustrations for the game, right?
Design. Yeah, I came in a little later. I think you guys had like nailed down everything. Like 3 months in, I flew out to Chicago, and I think over just a couple days we kind of like typed out quasi-illustrated version. It's like super different now.
Yeah, we
like,
had
made a little
me using Sharpies on like the backs of Cards Against Humanity cards, because there are a million of them, just to write like fascist or liberal on them, and then like within 3 days Mac had completely done a new design, and it was amazing. And it wasn't the final design, we went through a bunch more iterations, but he flew in and changed everything and then left, and we were like, that was insane what just happened.
Wow.
That's very nice.
And I see you went through a lot of like modifications during the Kickstarter process. You had like several votings that you had to do in order to come up with the design that you have right now.
I think for the most part the game stayed the same. We did a couple things, like we added gold foil and like some minor kind of like visual things. I think the only thing that we voted on that like specifically changed the game is we wanted to see if people wanted like a longer box.
We had the box designs.
Oh yeah, but we didn't do any of the things.
Yeah, that's a funny story. You could
yeah, we definitely put up box designs, and everybody voted on them and picked one, and then we designed something that was completely different than all
we didn't
of them.
like any of them.
Yeah, no, the voting was.
I mean, that's how we knew, right? So the fact that we put it up to a vote was kind of, or like a week later, like, you know, if we're putting up to a vote, we're probably not. We haven't worked enough. Yeah.
None of these are the right thing.
The right thing we're not going to get at.
And I think like the final box was like derivative of like the table. It's like everything is kind of like arranged on a table surface. But yeah, going into the Kickstarter, everything was designed with the exception of the box and probably the rule book. I don't remember. Yeah, the rule book would have been. So the Kickstarter, I think the like voting that we did that influenced stuff was like, is the box going to be long or short? And then we did solve some kind of design problems around that. I don't think we changed anything else though, did we?
The game didn't change
Yeah,
The game has been solid since.
The cards are the same and like the inserts and everything. I really like enjoyed that. That was like really nicely done.
Thank you.
We were gonna give everybody cardboard placards, things that say Chancellor and President.
Yeah.
And we had them finished and ready to go. And then I don't know which one of us said, well, can we do it as wood for the wood box edition? I think it was a stretch goal actually. And then we decided, oh yeah, we should prototype them as wood. And we had like 2 pieces of wood with a little hinge. And I think then Max said, well, why don't we just mill it out of 1 piece of wood? And everyone was like, oh, that's genius. And then we got those test copies back, and they were so fun and so cool to just hold and slam down on the table.
Yes.
That we were just like, well, everyone gets them now. We were only going to give them to premium copies, but now literally everybody has it, and it just cost us $3 to do that for every single box. But it's so great that we just wanted everyone to have it.
No, I was super excited that worked. I sent off like a drawing to Sherry. And I was like, is this gonna be like Sherry's
Sherry's girl?
magic printer? Yeah. And I was like, would this work? And it did. I was super happy that they came back and they were like, oh yeah, we can definitely cut these out of a block.
She finds a way.
Yeah.
No matter what you want, she finds a way.
I think that's accurate. Yeah.
What is the thing you love most about the game? What's your favorite part about it?
The gloating and the blaming at the end. It's like when you're done with the game and one team just gets to rub it in the other. Like, I knew it, and when you did this stupid thing and the losing team just blaming each other for their mistakes, just that like 3 minutes of time to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's just be an asshole.
It's got like a really great, like people talk about it afterwards, and you like think about it afterwards. Right, like it feels, and like each game is unique and feels like really good. Like, I was so excited when I played it the first time when I came out to Chicago, and like it is still like I haven't played it as much as you guys, but I've probably played any number of games, and it is still always really good.
And I still tell stories about your first game, right? Where I'm like, no, I remember, like, you were a fascist, and you're like, oh, I've never played before. I wouldn't know what to do. I'm just a poor farm boy.
Well, the thing is, that's
sure
just
enough.
Mac always plays that. He always says, yeah, I've only played like once, so I don't really know what to do. At every con
you can hear
we
him
go
setting
to,
up now. He's like, I haven't played as much as you guys, so that when we play later, he can bring that up.
What are the challenges producing the game? What was like the hardest part about it? Like trying to like
From a production
yeah,
angle?
from a production angle.
I think everything went actually very smoothly.
It's mostly just timeline stuff, and the real problem is that we're dealing with Chinese producers, and we're dealing through multiple different contracts. And so, like, when we say we don't like something, then someone else has to tell someone else the design is wrong, and someone else has to say, okay, well, this is why it's wrong. And Mac's art has to get through the whole thing, and someone has to put it on the right stuff. So it's like, every time you don't like something, it takes a week to come back. And so since we're all kind of perfectionists about the product and the final end design,
You have to be though.
it just took us probably 3 or 4 months extra to get everything kind of perfect. And even now, we still have weird misprints that are happening because somebody mistranslated some instruction from English to Chinese. And so we still have a few copies are a little bit weird, and we need to, I'll deal with that later. We need to figure that out. But it's just like, this has been a new process for all of us, and Max has gone through it before, but this is much more complicated than Cards Against Humanity is. And so it's just a lot of complicated product design that has to be done correctly, and it just takes so long to iterate.
Yeah, and it's like some of the production stuff really takes a long time.
Yeah.
Specifically the wooden placards. If you remember, there's a schedule that they have to go through because they can only cut so many a week, and they can only stand so many a week. So they've got this like, it's like they ramp up. So like the first week was like cutting wood, and then the next week is staining those and cutting wood for the next batch. So everything was kind of like stepped all the way through, and it was a much longer process than just printing them on like chipboard and chopping them out.
Last question that we have, do you guys have any next projects, new projects coming up, and any appearances coming up with Secret Hitler?
We'll be at PAX West.
Yeah, we'll be at PAX
West. Oh, nice.
Yep. And we'll be in the cards room at PAX West.
In the theater, I believe.
The theater, right.
After that, I think I'm going to go hibernate. That's great. Yeah, cons are very tiring.
Yes.
You guys did more comms with Secret Hitler this year than I did. You did East.
Yeah. We're excited to finally have the game released. And, I mean, Mike and I have kicked around some ideas for expansions, but nothing.
We did think about a 2-player version.
Oh.
A 2-player? What?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about. I'm not gonna do it.
But how would you?
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna.
How would you do
I
that?
can't do this.
How would you do a 2-player?
Yeah, you're right. I guess it would never work. I don't even remember how the song goes. This is a terrible inside joke.
You did this. You did this.
Don't put this in.
You sat in this bed.
Please
you
edit
sleep
this
in it. Mike and I have kicked around some ideas for some expansion packs. Nothing we've started like play testing or prototyping yet, and we want to be through that process of like play testing is so important to us. But we both think that like, oh, we're gonna go work on other stuff, and then we'll get a room together, and one of us will be like, you know, what we could do, and it's just a really very natural collaboration. So I'm really optimistic that
we like want to do an expansion or an addition to Secret Hitler, but it's just like the idea has to come from somewhere really natural. Because Secret Hitler is such a good fucking idea that we can't follow it up with like something that just kind of tacks on a new scenario.
Right.
So it has to be really good and really interesting. And once we have something figured out,
and we gotta play test the ever living shit out of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And we'll be on those play tests as long as they're in Chicago.
Great.
We'll be
Look
so
forward to
happy.
having you.
Yes, awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I look forward to like playing the game while we're out here at GenCon.